Hi class, here's a summary of main objectives on week 4. Okay, so for group data, we only use these formulas in order to evaluate data that's already been organized as a frequency distribution, and you're still gonna have the mean, but the data has been grouped. Also, for formal evaluations, I would only ask you to evaluate these formulas, and predictions are typically not done since you first have to organize the data, and also there is a little bit of error in these calculations. So these are only used if we technically lost track of the data set and we want to look at maybe what was the data set value for the mean within a time frame like last year or something along those lines. Okay, the next one. So the next main objective is you're going to be determining distributions. So for determining distributions, you're checking for the following. If you have a sample, then in that case, you're using the position of the IQR. Here's the IQR. We only use other graphs if they're asking us to look at this graph and technically determine the distribution. But for actual samples, you're looking at a whisker plot that's done to scale. Next, if you have a population, then only in that case you're looking at the mean and the median, and then you're making a statement based on that. Also, please look at the videos and the solutions. There's specific wording that deals with approximately or likely, so we never make a statement that it is a specific distribution. There's always a likely. And then the last main topic is predictions of Chebyshev's theorem and the empirical rule. Here's the breakdown. If the data is perfectly bell-shaped and we're told the data is bell-shaped, then in that case, you're using the empirical rule. Now, when we don't know enough information about the data set, then you're using Chebyshev's theorem. Now, Chebyshev's theorem is used for any data set. Its wording is, it comes with an at least. And also for the empirical rule, we use approximately. So you have approximately this many data sets within standard deviations. Now, one part that is confusing is that the intervals of spread of data are done exactly the same. You do mu plus or minus 1 standard deviation. For Chebyshev's theorem, you also use mu plus or minus 1 standard deviation, but then you use the appropriate notation for a sample or a distribution. That's actually it on main objectives. Hence, as you're completing the actual lecture topics, make sure that you review what I just mentioned. And then we can also meet during office hours or an appointment if you need clarification.